on Link, so it's all in with this Dark Link, and it's going to be all Dark Link heading into this R.O.B matchup, and it's an interesting one for sure here, Mini Boss, because a lot of the times what Link likes to do is establish pressure with item play, often bomb, but also boomerang, and then pivot into utilization of his giant sword. The problem is R.O.B almost does that exact thing, but slightly better. Gyro has more utility. Laser hits full screen. And then you have better raw frame data from buttons that, while not disjointed always, are still respectably huge.
Yes, the side B certainly the one to look out for in that respect, because just able to potentially challenge the multi-hit of Link's recovery with his up B. You know, some situations could go the way of Deltaforce, but on the other side of things, again, just one or two moments where you have the advantage, and it's certainly something you can utilize to its fullest. But speaking of utilize to its fullest, we've known these days from Smash 4, again, the Beat Boop gonna take out the first stock of Deltaforce. And Joshathan, again, sitting pretty happily right now as he has the advantage, even though he's being forced out pretty hard on this right side, challenging every sort of gyro collision with Boomerang. Just, again, Deltaforce just, again, we keep saying it, but putting up a wall in terms of edge guarding here.
Yeah, the Boomerang doing a lot as instant pressure, but a lot of times it feels like Joshathan is just trying to interact with Link neutral air. And a fun tip around the Link matchup, don't do that. Link Nair is arguably one of the most pushed buttons in the video game. It does so much. It's a little sluggish when it comes to Nairs go. It's frame 7. But it's massive on the priority, has a really, really long lingering and safe hitbox. And if you're trying to exclusively play through Link when it comes to playing through his shield, not only do you have to contest with Nair, you also got to contest with that up B out of shield, and the hero spin does take the stock. But see if, the lack of match was super good, but that up smash is going to do it. Catching the mistech from Deltaforce. Joshathan in really, really strong position right now as Dana's going crazy behind us.
Some hype moments off stream, but yeah, again, the hype has to be the mentality for Joshathan, carrying it through, like I said, Friday night into today. He has a great placement. Well, like you said, the arsenal nature of this character from Samus to now Link, we've seen it too many times on screen, and right now he is just trying to fight back to get some semblance of main stage game control here, and he's done so, but resorting back to gyro, you know, gets the grab in. Will we see another lack of a jab? No, gets the full utilization of Beat Boop to rack up now 103 damage. Deltaforce has to be pretty cautious on how he's going to basically answer back this this percentage deficit.
It's like, it's got to be like passive aggression and not the toxic way. Like the way you have to play this current situation is hopefully get back to ledge, which is not always a guarantee. He grabbed ledge, but he jumped like trying to find a reversal. And that's what I mean by, well, that's an example of what I don't mean by passive aggression.
Right.
Like, the way to come back from that deep percentage is just to acknowledge, hey, my opponent is not playing for time. I can play out, and even then, there were still like 4 minutes on the clock.
Oh, yeah.
It is not a matter of who's going to win the race here. I don't have to make everything happen right now. Yep, I can choose to play a little bit more passive and to try and collect my thoughts a little bit. But instead, Deltaforce trying to do too much from ledge there and getting absolutely blown up for it. Got to find a new way to go about this matchup here, which doesn't involve trying to force your way through some of R.O.B's more interestingly spammable hitboxes.
Yeah, Aesop's Fable, the tortoise and the hare, certainly a lesson that Deltaforce needs to learn. And I mean, he is a turtler. He is a tortoise of
he's got a shield.
Tortoise nature. Yeah, you have to take that in respect here. And so far, keeping it a lot more toe-to-toe, even though able to dodge that Nair, like you said. But yeah, I mean, a lot more respectable gameplay from Deltaforce. Oh my gosh, that was a bold up smash choice there for Joshathan. And he's eating the negative side effects of it as, again, he's just pinned off to the left and right sides of this stage. What? Gyro combos of his own! He is right up on his opponent!
That's what I mean when I say gyro almost does what bomb does, but better. Like the set knockback and the stronger knockback nature of it means that a combo that does work with bomb but is a little bit tight, free as hell when it comes to gyro, and Deltaforce utilizing that to great effect, trying to now, for the first time having a lead, trying to actually run with it, but the up tilt on the no mash and the good tech away, Deltaforce is still surviving and looking for so much more damage. Good DI on the up air as well. You're not closing out this stock on Link that easily, and that fastball is doing a great job of getting him back to stage. Super nice stuff from Deltaforce here right now. Like playing around the fact that he's at such a high percent and acknowledging that Joshathan is just looking for a couple stray hits. Bomb! No.
Just too little too late there. Yeah, you called it out, but it was all for naught in the end. But 64 damage on a healthy amount of extra credit there. That is almost a passing grade. And right now he's going to take it 96. That'll definitely get you VA. And right now, Deltaforce, yet again, just still not letting up off the gas pedal. He was just on a tirade of trying to lock down that ledge yet again, but Joshathan able to get that that reaction spot grab moment and is able to reverse yet again another edge guard situation, looking in for Nair lead and back air, trying to send him coast to coast. But Deltaforce picking up the pieces off of that whiffed bear. And right now, again, playing a lot more reserve, realizing he's up 2-1. All he needs to do is get damage on the lead up. And now at 31, Deltaforce is going to charge a lot more with a pretty much clean stock. That's
so tough in order to take. Like Deltaforce is not letting it overwhelm him, which is very strong in his own right. And the boomerang into the forward air. That should, oh, it does do it! The finishing hit with the forward air, a little bit of a delayed closing of the game. Maybe you gotta wonder, like a little bit of DI, maybe an air dodge in the blast zone.
Certainly, yeah.
But that's tough to swallow as Joshathan trying to not let it get to him, getting a nice sip of water. But holy moly, what a turnaround from Deltaforce, who's able to almost take what Joshathan did well in the previous set and like kind of forcing his will onto his opponent, like being able to really establish really strong spacing and strong positions, and turning it on its head by being like, all right, if you're gonna set up everything with like a solid, like with like rising fair into fastball, into like gyro or fastball down tilt, then I'll just get right into you. I'll hit you with the nair first. I'll meet you where you want to be, and I'll just play disruption the entire set or the entirety of that game too, and it worked out like a charm.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly something that Robs are not expecting. Like, you know, you sort of have to, a lot of the mentality of Robs, like, you're sort of apprehensive moving in on them because you have to close that even far away distance before you approach them toe-to-toe. And Deltaforce is just throwing caution to the wind, like you said, and it's just taking Joshathan aback a bit. And right now, 76 damage accrued, and the final destination being the stage pick. I'm not too certain about this because, like you said, if Deltaforce is playing that more aggressive gameplay, Joshathan might have wanted a platform to escape to and just get away from how Deltaforce has been aggressing just in the face of the robot. And even off stage, just, you know, the bomb of all things, just basically the Mecha Koopa, the way that we talk up Bowser Jr. and the way that it's a clutch factor for him, just challenging the R.O.B in the skies on the ground. It certainly seems to be a Mount Everest to climb for Joshathan right now.
Don't sleep on the utility of Bomb. Like, Bomb becomes so much of a, it almost looks like it becomes a focal point, but so does R.O.B's utility when it comes to closing out stocks. You know, the adage that comes with R.O.B is like, yeah, on paper you have so many of these weaknesses, so many of these like ways to counterplay the character, whether it comes to items or strong combos or what have you. But one of the best things that keeps R.O.B in as much tournament contention as he has been is the fact that he's a really good tournament character. Like, a lot of his stuff, his ability to close out stocks, his ability to kind of like play a really controlled game plan is near second to none. The Nair is going to close out the stock there, but Joshathan is just able to keep his wits about him and turn this into a 100% lead, maybe even more.
And I want to just hallmark something real quick on that last edge guard. The way that the bomb was put right on the edge where Joshathan was getting up, it basically cut off that Nair option, and it sort of forced Joshathan to jump if he wanted to utilize the Nair, because the bomb would have gone off with any fire damage, and it would have sent him out being at such a high percent. So that was good awareness from Deltaforce, realizing that, oh, Joshathan has to jump in this situation, and he was able to close out that stock on that left side. But speaking of, right now, Joshathan taking control, finally has the time to utilize that gyro a lot more seeing it than we have in more recent events.
Yeah, and you're seeing him just utilize it straightforward.
Exactly,
like, I'm going to throw this thing at you. No tricks, no games. What have you got? What is your answer to gyro? And the answer for Deltaforce was to effectively block it, not try to challenge, to make the thing disappear. turn R.O.B's advantage, to force R.O.B to charge it again and turn that in time into advantage. Let's see the ledge trap. The bomb triggers, but it doesn't. It catches the neutral get it by being an active hitbox. Usually that combos into forward tilt. Not so from Deltaforce there. Let's see if he's able to get the stock. No, the up throw doesn't do it either. Deltaforce doing so much work and just finally able to take the stock at 180, but that is a stock well used from Joshathan.
Absolutely. 79 and climbing even further, looking for the afterburner finisher and trying to get his own tool against him. But Deltaforce realizing that he went out of his way to grab that bomb, and he has fought his way tooth and nail back onto main stage. A clash of the projectiles will go the way of Joshathan. Waiting on the mash though, Deltaforce second time around, same situation. Third time catch, not going to take out. And oh wow, the gyro covering the bomb get up. Oh my word, what a way to finish that out. What a way to win it for Joshathan as we see in the replay here. Unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
You said it, friend.
Because this is just such a niche. We'll get the replay eventually. We see the stock too. We see the up throw for the second stock on Joshathan's part. Joshathan in the driver's seat, in control. What can he do to finish off this stock deep off stage like he is? Well, gyro's pretty safe. And the only way that Link makes it back there is with or the safest way that Link makes it back there is with the bomb recovery. But man, what an ending to that set, and in just the most deflating way if you're Deltaforce.
I mean, I was down here, absolutely. That is the key word.
It's like, oh, like your chest gets like inflated with the lungs. Like, oh God, what a way to finish that off! Holy